Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
Why is it important to use visual aids in a primary classroom?
So, visual literacy is extremely important in any classroom, but particularly in primary classrooms, you're going to have students of various abilities, students who look at an image and absorb information a lot quicker than a student who'd look at a piece of poetry and absorb that information quicker. But the thing that's extremely effective about visual literacy is that it incorporates all those aspects together. So you could derive meaning from a poem and put that into something visual. So that allows both sets of students to understand the concept.
So are visual aids only useful in the English subjects?
Well, no, it's funny you say that. It sort of acts as a universal tool that students could use in different lessons. So I have the syllabus right here in front of me, and one of the English outcomes state that students should identify organizational patterns and language features of visual texts appropriate to a range of purposes. And then you go on to the science syllabus, and it has an extremely similar outcome that states students organize and identify patterns in data and create tables to organize and represent information. So here you see the skill that you get from visual literacy itself can be utilized in the science classroom as well. So just as you would interpret an image in English, looking for things like vector lines, symbols, motifs, colors, you do the same thing in science. It's just applied differently. So you're also looking for patterns in graphs, in diagrams, and things like that. So that's where that part of the English syllabus sort of ties into the rest of the curriculum. So just as you would interpret an image in English, looking for things like vector lines, symbols, motifs, colors, you do the same thing in science. It's just applied differently. So you're also looking for patterns in graphs, in diagrams, and things like that. So that's where that part of the English syllabus sort of ties into the rest of the curriculum.
So just one last question. Is technology necessary when it comes to learning through visual literacy?
Look, I would definitely agree that it is extremely helpful, technology, to visual literacy itself. Especially when it comes to ESL students, it would be extremely helpful in helping them to understand exactly what, help them understand that there is meaning behind images. But it's that being said, it's not the be all end all with visual literacy. There are a lot of old school tools you could use, like books, newspapers, that would be easier to access as a classroom.